Today I'm going to read a poem called The Virtuous Path. I've never stopped searching for the virtuous path, even sometimes when it's hard to even bring oneself to laugh. I stumble and I fall no matter what I do, yet this force lives on inside, always lifting me to fight anew. And sometimes when I fall, will I make the same mistakes? The illusions that I make, hard to see even when they're fake. But no matter what happens, even if I'm kissed by pride, will I always stumble back to the seek of virtue deep inside. Thank you for listening. I originally wrote this poem, The Virtuous Path, questioning virtue and what exactly it means and the way in which I can best live my life. And essentially what this poem means is that I think that the moment, as a storyteller, one of my main questions to ask myself and of the world is, what is virtue? And I think it can be easy or hard, depending on how you look at it, to answer that question. We have Aristotle's definitions of virtue and what he believes they mean, and everyone has their own interpretation of it. But I believe that as a storyteller and as somebody who needs to be able to see the world through many different people's eyes and from their different shoes, I believe that for me it is better to not know what virtue is, but rather to live my life in a way that every day I ask myself, what is virtue? To try and better understand what it is. And so I believe that to me, is the virtuous path. And the only way to keep walking it is to constantly have it in question. And that the moment you think you know, or I think I know, I understand what virtue is, that's when I believe I step off the path to preach what I think it is. But the moment you're preaching, I don't believe that you're on the path anymore, because you're not questioning. And so, I was sitting outside one night, I think it was like 3 a.m., and I wrote this poem in the grass. And so, it started out, I've never stopped searching for the virtuous path. And, I believe that in life, this whole world is full of illusions, and, so many of them are made by our own perceptions and biases. And so I feel like, and sometimes when I fall, will I make the same mistakes? I think I'm basically alluding to when I go off the path, when I stop questioning what is virtue. And the illusions that I make, hard to see even when they're fake. I feel like sometimes my mind tricks me into believing something to be true, even though I've made those same mistakes before, even though when you finally realize that it's not the truth, it's so blatantly obvious that you wonder how you could have believed it in the first place. But no matter what happens, even if I'm kissed by pride, will I always stumble back to the seek of virtue deep inside. Thank you all for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.
Yo,